Phoenix approach, executive 685 out of 16, sending via the ping 1 information, Tango.
Executive 685, Phoenix approach, expect visual approach, runway 25 left.
685, roger.
Delta 2221, descend maintain 9,000.
Descend maintain 9,000, Delta 2221.
Phoenix Challenger 626, Papa Sierra, wind 15-9, descending on the Bruiser 1 with information Tango.
Challenger 66, Papa Sierra, Phoenix approach, expect visual approach, runway 26, runway 25 left is on request.
Thanks, we'll expect 26, open for 25.
Delta 2085, connect approach, 126.6. American 2012, reduce speed to 210.
Sort of 210, American 2012.
Budget 685, delete the speeds, maintain 250 knots or greater.
250 or greater, executive 685.
Challenger 6, Papa Sierra, amend the altitude, descend via the arrival, except maintain 11,000.
Okay, descend via the arrival, except maintain 11,000.
Approach American 979, passing 14.1, descending via the Eagle, runway 26 with Tango.
979, Phoenix approach, expect visual approach, runway 26.
We'll expect that, 979. Approach Alpha 5763, 15 and a half, descending via the Bruiser with Tango.
5763, Phoenix approach, expect visual approach, runway 26. Delta 5763, amend the altitude, descend via, except maintain 11,000.
Descend via, except 11,000, Delta 5763.
Six Papa Sierra, you can expect vectors over Sky Harbor, change runway, expect runway 25 left.
25 left, Sierra, thanks.
Delta 2221, descend maintain 7,000.
Down to 7,000, Delta 2221. Phoenix approach, good afternoon, United 725, descending through 16 on the Eagle Tango.
725, Phoenix approach, expect visual approach, runway 26.
Roger.
American 979, delete speeds, maintain 250 knots.
Alright, 250 on speed, American 979.
Jet 685, connect approach, 126.6.
126.6, executive 685, getting.
Good day, Delta 2221, connect approach, 126.6.
266, Delta 2221.
That's at 685, Phoenix approach, roger. Phoenix approach, good afternoon, descend and maintain 5,000.
706, Papa Sierra.
American 2012, connect approach, 126.6.
266, American 2012, good day.
American 2012, Phoenix approach, good afternoon, 26 available if you'd like it.
Descending via the arrival.
The antes continue the descent via the arrival, 5763.
Call sign, please. Plus 2085, thank you, sir. Turn left, heading 290, clear visual approach, runway 25 left.
Connected to PilotEdge.
Delta 2221, turn left heading 170, descend and maintain 4000.
American 979, contact approach 126.6.
26 at American 976. 979, excuse me.
2221, turn right heading 170, descend and maintain 4000.
Under 6 Papa Sierra, descend maintain 10,000.
10,000, 6 Papa Sierra.
American 979, Phoenix approach, roger, maintain 210 knots or greater.
Reduce speed to 230, then descend and maintain 8,000.
So to 230, then descend down to 8, United 725.
2221, turn right in 230, clear visual approach runway 26. Plus 2085, contact tower 120.9.
On the Bruiser 1 with Tango.
So 1767, Phoenix approach, expect visual approach runway 26.
Visual 26, Papa.
Howdy, howdy. All right.
Jet 685, airport 11
I
o'clock,
think I'm done
15
with
miles.
prepping. I let my dog out and back in, and
Jet 685, turn left, heading
all
290,
sorts
clear
of
visual approach runway
distractions.
25 left. Delta 2221, maintain 170 knots or greater to a 5-mile final. Contact tower 118.7.
Southwest 5763, connect approach 126.6.
26.6, Southwest 5763.
Phoenix approach market 2371, dispatch for 13,000, descending on the Eagle 6 for runway 26 with Tango.
American 2371, Phoenix approach, expect visual approach runway 26.
In 2371, thank you.
American.
All right, planes loading. So we're gonna grab calculations. So it comes out to 5.8 on fuel and 0 fuel weight. This is pounds. So I need to convert that. So 133.6 is 60.599. Doing 129 passengers to the Grand Canyon. 13,000 pounds of payload, or cargo. And then, so that'd be 60.599. That's too much. All right, we don't need an alternate. So that was too much gas. Don't need that much gas. Right, that's better. So 83.24, we'll round that up to 4 tons. So 4 tons is 88.18, so that'll work. And then 0 fuel weight doesn't change, so it would be 60.599 plus 4, so it'd be 64.599 for takeoff weight. I have to make sure we're under 65 for landing. I didn't want that much fuel because of our landing weight needs to be around 65. So we'll be taking off lower than our allowable landing weight, even with fuel burn. So we'll come down here, and Phoenix is 38 or 3014. And that's current with Charlie. And they're using the 7, so plan 7 lift. Grand Canyon's probably landing 2-1. Does, oh, 3. Okay. So, PilotEdge, file IFR, flight level 200, and we'll file that away. Make sure it sticks. Flight plan is on file. Busy day at Phoenix. Landing gear coming up. That's pretty cool. Add some power. Get our IRSs aligning. GPS system. Turn on some lights here. Open up the cabin. Open up the window. Phoenix to Grand Canyon. Get this overlay going. Alright, overlay started. That's odd. Actually, we'll make that, yeah, I'll make that 3. Come up here, and we need 4 tons of fuel. get that started. Passengers are boarding. 129. $58.30. So that would be 53,080 till 85.19 cargo. 65.99, so that's correct. 60.6, 30.8. 60.6, 30.8. All right. Get the APU going. I downloaded some custom scenery for both Grand Canyon and West Grand Canyon Airport. So the plan is to fly from here, Phoenix, to Grand Canyon, and then switch out to the TBM and fly to Grand Canyon West in the TBM. Do a little VFR in the TBM if the weather cooperates with us, which I think it's good weather. The Grand Canyon usually is. Environment, APU gens available. Disconnect external. Remove the GPU. Flight plan has already been filed. I need coordinates, GPS coordinates. We are at Terminal 2, Gate 5. So we're going to grab that coordinate down here. Eric is current, I think. What is today's date? Today is the 24th. Yeah, we're good. So, PHX GCN. $33,260 and 1208. Align, and we'll get our clearance. So current ATIS is 18.1.
Is with you at 2500. We're about 4 miles out. We're going missed on the
1121 heavy CL tower. What are your intentions?
57.
Altimeter 3014. Arriving runway 7 right, 8. Departing runway 7 left, 8. Visual approaches in use. ILS runway 7 right at ILS runway 8 approach in use. Simultaneous approaches to parallel runways in use. VFR departures, contact, clearance, delivery, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information, Charlie.
Alright, so we are current with Charlie.
Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. ATIS information.
Clearance delivery, it's 18-1. Ground 132.55, so I'll get that ready. Okay.
Empire 6972, contact NorCal approach 120.905.
I don't want to step on that guy, so I'm going to get my clearance as I hear him talk again. Although I'm not going to wait too long either.
Delta 1121, Seattle departure, roger, altimeter 3058. Delta 1121 Heavy, say heading. Roger.
Afternoon, Phoenix clearance, United 1399 at the terminal, current with Charlie, IFR, Grand Canyon.
United 1399, Phoenix clearance for the Grand Canyon Airport, Quakey 1 departure, Grand Canyon transition, then direct climb via the SID, departure frequency 120.4, squawk 5736.
Cleared the Grand Canyon via Quakey 1 departure, Grand Junction transition, direct climb via the SID, and departure 120.4, squawk 5736, United 1399.
United 1399 on the Quakey 1 departure is Grand Canyon transition, then direct. Rest of readback is correct.
Grand Canyon transition, roger, United 1399.
Delta 1121 Heavy, turn left heading 070, maintain 7000. Delta 1121 Heavy, turn left heading 070, maintain 7000.
Alright, I filed flight level 200 for our cruise.
Approach Fresno, altimeter 3036.
So I'm going to plan for 7 lift on the Quakey 1 Grand Canyon. And I'll worry about an approach. Nah, I'll do 3. Okay, in it, grab our wind. In it, page 2 is our weights. So 60. Turn off the fuel. $66, 30.8, and 4 tons of
Flight
fuel.
2715, Salt Lake City Center. Good afternoon. The Salt Lake City Airport is landing north, altimeter 3033, cross Frenzy at and maintain 15,000.
That's not enough. Well, 13.
Good, buddy. How are you? Delta 1121 Heavy, turn left heading 340.
5. Alright, we're going to increase that to 5. So we're going to turn on the power and we're going to give ourselves 5 tons of fuel. That was not enough extra air time. I want at least 30 minutes extra. So 1640. Blast out of here at 200. Decision altitude for ILS 3. It's 200 radar for a straight in approach. And it'd be 7110. That's 500 AGL, that's 1000 AGL. Spark, goalie, less than 9,000. Quakey, Snobble, Cartel, Lofts,
Delta 1121, turn
Rim,
10 degrees
Grand
left
Junction.
to maintain 5,000.
It's almost there. It's almost there. Alright, we're
And
topped
Delta
off.
1121, contact Seattle approach 133.65.
So that'd be 65 for takeoff. So 65,599. Alright, let's come over. Hey, Eagle. What are you doing around today? You don't have school? I figured you'd be in school during the afternoon.
Delta 1121
Alright,
Heavy,
so
Seattle
we
approach
are
to maintain 4,000, altimeter 3058.
Phoenix. You might be on your phone, maybe. Maybe that's how you're looking. Actually, it's 2 p.m. You might even be out of school. It's actually 3 p.m. Eastern. Alright, we'll grab at the weather. We got 17 Celsius, altimeter's 3012 by my injector. Winds are calm. Takeoff weight 144. 621.
Yakima clearance, good afternoon, November 272 Whiskey,
And we're going to be using
request flight following to
7
Astoria,
left.
Kilo Alpha Sierra Tango,
So
at
I need
8,500.
Tora, 7 left.
Sears 272 Whiskey, Yakima ground, Shucks departure frequency
Here's 7 left,
123.8.
Tora, which is your takeoff distance available. 10,300 feet of runway on a 078 heading.
Of departure will squawk 4642, 72 Whiskey.
Sears 72 Whiskey, reback correct.
And I'll give us our performance data. So 151. Then 152. 64 for the flex temperature. And then come down here and perf 151, 151, and 152, 64. So that is just minimizing the engine to give it just enough thrust to get off the runway with enough time, but not put the engine at full power every time you take off. So that's what this flex temperature does. It derates the engine, it prolongs the engine life, or it allows the engine to last longer, less breakdown, stuff like that.
Yakima ground, Sirius 72 Whiskey at the west ramp with the information Alpha, ready taxi.
Fuel pumps
Bird
coming
272
on.
Whiskey with Yakima ground information Bravo is current. Let me know when you have Bravo, runway 9er, taxi
Climbing via the
Alpha.
SID, which I'll brief, which is
Runway 9er via Alpha, and we'll pick
top
up Bravo
altitude
and
is
let you know.
8,000.
72 Whiskey.
Delta 1121, turn left heading 250, descend and maintain 3000.
It's Carnival in Portugal. No one goes to school till Thursday. Oh, nice. Little extended holiday there for you. And where I live, it's right now 7 p.m. Ah, okay. So even if you were in school, you'd still be home at this time of day. This is the time of day I normally stream. Actually, I'm actually starting about 45 minutes later than I normally do, but I wanted to download the scenery. So
Delta 1121, airport off your left
helped me up a
side.
little bit with the
Call
new
it,
scenery.
9 to
We've
10
got Grand
o'clock and
Canyon
10
and Grand
miles
Canyon
before
West
the other side.
airports to check out for this flight. Well, this flight, I'm going to switch to the TBM and fly to the Grand Canyon West.
Delta 1121,
This is
heavy
a
clear
relatively
visual
short
approach, runway
flight
16
for the
left.
Airbus. Alright, actuator is, brake pressure is low, so we need to pop that up. So hydraulics, turn on the yellow pump to 3000 psi. That will fix it. You only need to do that for the first flight of the day. The pressure bleeds when it's not in use. Alright. Is there a way to change the bank angle in Airbus? Not that I'm aware of. I know in the Boeings, I know what you're talking about, like on the MCP there's a bank angle. I don't think the Airbus has a switch for that. Don't quote me on it, but I've never seen it. I do set it on my Boeing, so it's a good question. Alright, so we're going to take off here. So we're right here, so we're probably going to get instruction to take Delta to Echo 3 for taxi. Then we're going to fly this departure. So this means first you want to read all these notes to make sure you have all your notes in mind. Like, for example, if you were in a turboprop, you wouldn't be able to use this SID because it's for turbojets. Well, actually, my bad, turboprops only. So if you were in like a Cessna, you would not be able to file this SID. So always look at your notes to see if you are legally allowed to fly that. And of course we are. So at 078 at 1635 altitude, we're going to go autopilot on and we'll go straight to Sparky. And then at Goli, we have to make sure we're under 9,000 feet at Goli. We're going to continue to Quacky, Snowball. And then top altitude is 8,000 feet until we are instructed otherwise. So at clearance and delivery, he told me to climb via the SID without any altitude. So he's just saying follow what the SID says. So 8,000 feet is our top altitude. He also gave us a departure frequency. If he did not give me a departure frequency, then you would use the frequency that's on the published departure SID. So you just look up the SID, whatever's there for departure. If they don't give you a frequency, then you just assume that that's the one you're going to be using. If they give you a frequency, then good. Let me see which frequency he gave me. He said 120.4, so that's why he gave me a frequency, because he's not using the published frequency.
Good afternoon. 072 Whiskey.
Come up here to Grand Canyon.
Runway 9
We're going to do a visual runway 3, park here at the terminal, and then after that we're going to fly
Whiskey Yakima Tower. Thank you for Bravo.
From, we're going to grab the TBM and we're going to fly and do a Grand Canyon tour, and we're going to land at Grand Canyon West, which is right here, little airport, which is a very small airport. It's only 5,000 foot, so we're going to use a TBM on that one.
Shuttle Tower, Delta
So that's the plan.
The 16 center localizer here. I don't know how I thought I had her on 16 left, but what do you want us to do? Can we land on 16 center?
Also, you're on a visual approach.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna check our charging system. Actually, I'm gonna close up the airplane. Now we're going to check the RAT system, which is the emergency generator.
To 1121 Heavy, it appears that you're still
So
on
you'll
runway
see the
16
RAT will
center.
show under the
Same
emergency
intentions?
gen test, or a shed. It's an acronym, I believe. Then it'll go through a couple little
we're going to land on
checks,
16 left.
little alarms, clear them out. About 5 seconds, the rest of that will clear out, and then we'll press and hold the clear button for about 2 seconds, and that will reset, and then we'll lower these lights in the cabin. I'll shut it, lock it. Check FADEC, make sure the engine displays are working correctly.
Yes, Captain. We are waiting for your instruction. Ground to flight deck. All holds and hatches are closed. Walk round complete.
Delta 1121 Heavy, left turn when you're able. Taxi to the ramp via Bravo. Monitor ground point 7.
Acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Roger, left turn when able on to Bravo and over to ground point 7. Thanks a lot, today. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
There's a car going through the wall. Yeah, I know. X-plane stuff.
Over departure, 72
It's,
whiskey is here.
Mr. X made this airport. It's a freeware airport, and he uses, I think it's called marginal ground services or something. So it just brings the airport to life with these, I mean that's my pushback, but with these luggage trucks and stuff, they just drive around aimlessly. I mean, they do set, the airport developer will set ground truck routing, so they do have specific places, but it's not perfect. But it's all right.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Empire 6972, Oakland Center, Fresno altimeter.
All right, with the window, you got to remember to hit this little button here. Otherwise, you won't be able to shut the window.
Standby. Number 272 Whiskey Chinook departure.
The airport looks better when there's people working and planes around. Oh, absolutely, yeah. That's why I have the traffic global too. So it brings my airport to life. You know, I have
6972.
Like this is just CSL. It's an add-on for X-plane, but it gives my airport, you know, life. Like
Empire 6972,
airplanes landing and taking off.
And
comes with sounds too.
No fly due to military.
Like you'll hear the screech when he lands, and it has the effects of the engine, the heat blur.
Yeah, on the IFR, there's really no way to get around that during the week. Weekends, they do have some flexibility. Weekdays, it's pretty much shut down.
So yeah, I like my ground traffic. All right, so.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
Do our engine tests. And we'll come down here to ignition 2.
Flight 2715, contact Salt Lake.
Monitor hydraulics on the bottom, engine on top, and we'll roll on 2. About 20 N2. The Airbus will introduce fuel at 20 N2 automatically. And one will start to climb. I'm sorry, that's N1. EGT. Now N1 is, we got rotation in the internal part of the engine. So the part you see, this 40 N2 is the outside fan. whereas the inside
Double 11,
fan of a
21,
turbine
Seattle, I think
is
Tower gave you
N1,
taxi instruction into the ramp
and that's
via
just
Bravo. Have a
each
great day.
temperature. So those are all things you
Roger
need to
that. Thanks,
monitor
Rocket Day.
when you're starting up, and then you look for
Flight
generator
2715,
available.
Salt Lake City just changed the
Once you
landing
know you have
configuration.
gen,
Of course,
you'll
we can still
crank
keep
on engine
you
1.
landing north if you prefer. If not, we can change you up. Your choice. Roger, yeah, it's pretty much direct cross one, by the way.
We're heading to the Grand Canyon. We're going to swap out to the TBM when we get to Grand Canyon and fly to Grand Canyon West right over. I've got HD ortho scenery for the Grand Canyon, so it's a separate ortho scenery that I downloaded. So I got 2 custom airports for Grand Canyon and HD ortho for Grand Canyon, so it should be a pretty spectacular trip. Alright, ground control is 132.55, so we'll get that ready. Gen is available on engine 1, so we have 2 good engines. We go to ignition normal, flaps 1 will give us a 1+F takeoff config on the Airbus. The only time you'll see 1+F is for takeoff, which is 1 notch flaps and 1 notch of slats. Slats are the leading edge of the wing, so those are the slats on the front that provide even more lift. And when you turn on the crew supply oxygen, check our wipers, avionics, that's 230, 230, check the O2. And we're going to need trim setting. 30.1 on the fuel prediction page, you'll see a CG, so we do 30.2 is the closest, so down 0.4.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
And then we'll down 0.4. Check our takeoff data. Winds are the same, so all those are valid. Swiss cheese. Pilot Elite 89. Hey, how's everyone doing? This is great. All good on your end. Good deal. And I think I'm caught up on the chat. All right, so we'll get our ATIS.
Airport. ATIS information Delta. 1951 Zulu. Windcom. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 4,500. Few clouds at 25,000. Temperature 18. Dew point 7. Altimeter 3010. Arriving runways 7 right. 8. Departing runways 7 left. 8. Visual approaches in use. ILS runway 7 right at ILS runway 8 approach in use. Simultaneous approaches to parallel runways in use. VFR departures, contact clearance delivery, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignment, hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information Delta.
Alright, we've got Delta and Tower at Phoenix, South End 20.9, so I'll get that ready. Because this airport has different let's get rid of that. Actually, I can probably see it on here. Yeah, ground control 132.55 on the south end. So we're down here for 7 left. And then tower is 20.9, 132.55. So we're going to get Delta. Okay. Get our taxi lights on. APU off, pitot window heat on. Cargo heat is on. Okay. And we'll put on terrain mode, terrain radar, I mean.
Frontier Flight 2715, contact Salt Lake City approach 128.1. 4272 Whiskey, contact Seattle Center 126.6, adios.
Traffic Global is, I don't know where he's going. Maybe he's parking. Anyway, we'll hold short of the ramp area and we'll get our taxi instruction.
Number 272 Whiskey, Seattle Center, good afternoon, Yakima altimeter 3045.
Phoenix Ground, United 1399. Terminal 2 with Delta, ready to taxi, and I need to squawk.
Number 26 Kilo Tango, Oakland
Center,
Center. It's going to be
5736.
difficult with the radios at that altitude, but we'll keep you with me for now. Bishop altimeter 3028. At 1399 Phoenix Ground, squawk 5736.
5736, current with Delta, and ready to taxi, United 1399.
Frontier Flight 2715, Salt Lake City approach, Roger, altimeter 3032, descend via the Quinn 5 arrival, expect runway 34 right, let's go ILS, runway 34 right approach. United 1399, runway 7 left, taxi via Delta.
7 left via Delta, United 1399. Alright, so he was just taxiing to the gate, alright. Anyone play this game, think it's one of the best games out there? Pilot Elite 89. Well, in those of us that fly X-plane, and especially when there's so much to learn when you fly online, it's more of a simulator than a game. This is not like, you know, an Xbox game, you know, where you can just hop in the cockpit and just press the on button and go and talk to ATC. The guy I'm talking to in ATC is an add-on for X-plane, and it's a subscription-based professional ATC service. So he's providing me radar services just like one would in the real world. So we're going to be using real-world procedures and process and all that for this trip, just like a real pilot would in the real air system. Now, if you're talking about, is it worth it? Yeah, X-plane's worth it, but Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is going to be coming out this year, and that so far is looking to, you know, blow away all the competition. So I will be getting that, but I have so much invested in this sim that I'm going to continue to fly an X-plane for probably a few years until such time that Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 has the amount of add-ons available that X-plane does, because it's just insane how good it looks. But I just don't think it's going to have all the add-ons. And even the airport, like I read the article the other day where the taxiways by their airport generator is not going to be using real-world taxiways. The runway numbers will be accurate from what I understand, but the taxiway letters are just going to be made up. It's an amazing hobby. Oh yeah, it is. Let me see what I missed there. So many things to get the plane perfect every time and waiting on a better graphics card. What kind of card do you have right now, Pilot Elite? I only have a 1080. It's not even a TI, it's just a regular GTX 1080. Alright, auto brake max, takeoff config test, normal, systems are normal. The crew know we're fixing to take off. Alright, so we're going to go to tower, 120.9, departure 120.4, we'll get that ready. Alright, so we're on tower. Perf is good. Auto brake is set, signs are on, spoilers are armed, I think. Yep, flaps are set, takeoff config, and we'll handle the packs when we are rolling. Phoenix Tower, United 1399, holding short, 7 left.
United 1399, Phoenix Tower, runway 7 left, cleared for takeoff, wind calm.
7 left, cleared for takeoff, United 1399. Alright, so landing lights, strobes, and we're off. You have a 1050 dual monitor, so gonna get an RTX 2070.
Approaching 07 left.
Yeah, I figured that's what you meant, GTX. So, yeah, an RTX 2070 will be really good, but also keep in mind, at least with X-Plane at the moment, until they get Vulcan out, that X-Plane and a lot of the other sims, for that matter, are single core speed heavy. So you have to have a hefty processor, like for really smooth gameplay. I would say an 8700, an i7 8700 or better, but there's people that have any of the i7s, you'll do fine, I think. All right, 50%. And that guy is probably gonna land right on top of me, so. I don't want to go head to head with a. Alright, takeoff power. Takeoff power set, airspeed's alive. But yeah, an RTX 2070, I think you wrote, that's going to be plenty of GPU power. But yeah, these things are definitely Intel, like they like Intel, they don't like AMD. I had an AMD before. B1 rotate. And we're up, and we've got positive rate, gear coming up. Hold at about 18 degrees.
No, 1354, Salt Lake City Center under.
Till 500 AGL. We are at 500, we move into climb thrust, autopilot on. the brake. Spoilers unarmed, rather.
Roger, flight 2715, contact Salt Lake City Tower 119.05.
Managed. At 2:15, the flaps will retract automatically. You don't have to do anything.
2715, ILS 34.
However, after that, you need to take out the slats. Over to departure, United 1399. See ya.
Frontier flight 2715, Salt Lake City
So
Tower.
now we go to departure,
120.4.
120.4.
Gust 1. Good luck.
Phoenix departure, United 1399, Quickie 1, leaving 5000, climbing via the SID.
United 1399, Phoenix departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Climb, maintain flight level 200, United 1399. Alright, 200, we don't need managed because we're cleared all the way up, so we don't have to worry about altitude restrictions such as this 9,000 foot restriction at goalie. He cleared us to 200, so we just removed the dot, which is your manage mode, and we're just going to climb to flight level 200 at this point, unrestricted, so we don't have to worry about those. And goodbye, Phoenix. We're heading to Grand Canyon. Let's see, we got 7 left. Thousand feet, so lights off at 10,000 typically. I'll turn off the terrain radar. We'll turn on weather radar for the heck of it. Turn off the ND. Put that to plan mode. Drive it out and we're heading north. We'll check the cabin pressure on the climb. Everything's in the green. And lower the sound a tad. It's like a noise canceling headset type thing. Like Pilot, thank you for the follow, my friend. Much appreciated. Sorry about the sniffling, guys. Apparently I have a cold. Explain in flight sim. Let me see what I missed here. 1050. Explain in flight sim, but prefer flight sim. So, you mean? I see what you're saying. Okay. So you have a Ryzen 5, gonna go up to a Ryzen 7, 3700 8-core. So Ryzen's AMD, right? So I would look at the benchmarks. I have no idea how good or bad a Ryzen 5 or 7 is, but when I built this computer, I did benchmarks.
River T6 Kilo Tango, Tonopah.
I looked at the benchmarks and I can get you that website or the link I used, and I compared all the single core processor speeds on the benchmark website. So that's why I ended up buying, I had to get a new motherboard because obviously you need a new motherboard if you go with a different processor. Well, in my case I did. So I got an i7-9700 with a 1080 because my bottleneck was the CPU. I had an AMD 8350 before, and that was just crap. So I don't really know that much about the Ryzens. I know I hear they're good, because they're multi-threaded, and I know when X-Plane comes out with the Vulcan that will be a great help for any of the AMD processors. Swiss G says the biggest performance increase with Vulcan will be AMD. Yeah, that's what I had read too. As long as your GPU is not the bottleneck, correct. Yeah, I'll look into it, Swiss, anytime. Let me see if I can find that benchmark website that I used to help. It's really cool. It shows all the current stuff that's out there, and single core processor speed is the main thing. The i7 9700, the one I have, is 6, crap, I don't remember. But it has more, like 2 more cores than the 87, and the single core speed is roughly the same, or 18,000. But with streaming, I wanted the extra cores. Where's that? I think I found it.
Yeah, 1399 contact Albuquerque Center now, 128.45.
Albuquerque Center, 128.45, United 1399.
Delta 1354, cross jamming at and maintain 17,000. Salt Lake altimeter 3032.
45. I have a radio panel I use so I can manually dial in these frequencies, and then it shows up after I hit that button.
Number 6 Kilo Tango. I've got no traffic observed between you and the Tonopah Airport. Report when you have it in sight.
So when you're in the flight levels, you don't say 18,000 or 19,000. You say, I'll show you. Albuquerque Center, United 1399, flight level 1903 for 200. You just do the first 3.
United 1399, Albuquerque Center, under.
I already went standard. We're at 200. We'll go manage on the speed. And we can turn these seat belts to auto.
Empire 6972, the Bishop altimeter 3028.
28.
ECAM to that. We'll lower the temperature in the main one. Alright, I found the benchmark website. Let me give you guys this link. It helped me research the processor I wanted. It's a really cool link. So you guys can click on that. Now you didn't miss anything, Pilot. I think I missed something though. Let's see, you bought only the Ryzen 3 and a GTX 1020. Yeah, that's...
So there's also 1354 request to step away for about
I got in it now.
1354, that's no problem. Know when you're back.
I can upgrade it to the highest as I possibly can, but don't know if I have to upgrade my motherboard or not. So you just have to. There's websites out there that will let you know. Most cases, if you need to upgrade your processor, you're gonna need to upgrade your motherboard. And building computers these days is. I built my first one. This one I currently have. I've done all the upgrades. I've upgraded RAM and graphics cards and drivers, data ports and all that stuff. But installing a new motherboard and processor.
1399 is cleared direct. The Grand Canyon VOR descendant piles discretion to maintain 14,000. Grand Canyon altimeter 3019er.
Cleared the Grand Canyon VOR. Descend pilot discretion, maintain 14,000, 3019er, United 1399. God, I can't talk today. Grand Junction.
26 Kilo Tango, we have the airport inside.
Direct.
Number 26 Kilo Tango, radar services are terminated. Squawk and maintain VFR frequency change.
Grand Junction. And we're going to get
Squawk
our
frequencies approved. Thanks, so nice.
wind.
Thank you, you too.
I'll update the wind, perf. We'll grab our weather at Grand Junction. So it's GCN 3018 keep saying Grand Junction. It's Grand Canyon. Grand Junction is another airport I usually fly in and out of. 7 Celsius winds, 300 at 15, or 300 15. It's pretty breezy. So we're definitely going to be doing a runway 3. So that's cool. And our top descent is about 10 minutes. Okay. Also helps if you're running third-party stuff in the background, Navigraph. Oh, you mean for like multi-core? Oh, I think I missed something.
Salt Lake, Fairwinds 313, level 350.
No, I didn't. So, yeah,
Fairwinds
so
313, Salt Lake City.
having multiple cores definitely helps with multitasking and multiple programs and add-ons. Definitely. And the new Vulkan API is going to be real good for using multiple cores within the processor. So more cores, the better. That's why another reason I wanted the 9700. And hey, Ginnigans. I forgot to mention Ginnigans. I saw your not post, your message the other day in the chat. Totally forgot to comment about it. That you finally broke down and you got the TBM. That's awesome. I'm fixing to fly that. Once I land, I'm gonna fly from Grand Canyon, main Grand Canyon, to Grand Canyon West in the TBM. So how are you enjoying the TBM? I guess you're probably flying a lot of it. And Swiss Cheese agrees with that. Yep. Yeah, but it's when I upgrade again, I'm just going to wonder if I need a new motherboard or not. But I'm going to do a lot of research before anything. Yeah, definitely research. The sockets have to match. That's the main thing. I think the socket for all mine was a lagged L something 1151. It's like pretty much the current socket, so we just have to make sure all the sockets are matching. And there's a ton of YouTube videos, like JC 2 cents, I think his name is. I learned a lot from his videos on how to build. Let me see if I can get, I think I have his YouTube channel saved here somewhere, because watching his YouTube really helped me out. I went with Asus motherboard. If I'm even saying that right. Okay, that's not it. I'm looking for this one guy's video. Well, apparently it's not as easy to find as I thought it was. Oh, I think I found it. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it's called Jay's 2 cents. So let me put this in here. So this guy is very, very knowledgeable, and he's entertaining to watch. And I watch a lot of his videos before I made my build. And he's very easy to understand, and he, you know, removes the fear factor. But yeah, you can find YouTube on just about anything. I just wrote down a bunch of notes after watch, because I learned by watching, and I just wrote down the stuff. And at some part, like the most daunting part is the headers, when you have to hook up the power and the reset button and the power button. There's like little itty bitty pins on the motherboard with a positive and a negative side, and that was the most daunting part, was connecting the ports, you know, the main ports on your case that you buy, hooking the motherboard. Everything else is simple. All right, Grand Canyon 24.3.
At 6, gust to 1, visibility 10, sky condition, clear, temperature 7, dew point -4, altimeter 3019, arriving and departing runway 21, visual approaches in use, read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions, advise on initial contact, you have information Yankee.
124.85, we'll see ya.
Los Angeles Center 124.85, United 13-9. See ya. 124.85. So now we're going to a whole new controller. It's a different subscription. I have both subscriptions, the ZLA and the Western Expansion Pack. So now we're coming into the LA area. Los Angeles Center, United 1399, flight level 200.
United 1399, LA Center. Just want to maintain 9,000, and the Grand Canyon altimeter is 3019 information, Yankees.
So maintain 9,000, 3019, and I'll look up Yankee, United 1399. Alright, so we're going to go down to 9,000. Start on our way down, and we'll continue to get ATIS here. I'll let the crew know we're descending. And this tower is 19.1. Trying to get the wind. Where's the wind at? 060. Okay. It's like it's wind shear actually, so I'm going to want runway 3. I'm going to request 3. 060, I'm definitely going to request 3. So it's wind shear up here, nice.
Tango Victor, go ahead. Sorry, 575 Tango Victor. Yeah, that's still valid. It stores in the system for up to 2 hours.
Yankee, 1954 Zulu. Wind variable at 6, gust to 1. Visibility 10.
557
Sky
Golf.
condition.
Clear to John Wayne.
Temperature 7. Dew point minus 4.
Flighting
Altimeter 301.
Radar vectors.
Arriving and departing runway 21. Visual approaches in use.
And then
Leave back all the way assignment.
Maintain
And hold
2,000.
short instructions.
Expect 3,000
Advise
and 10
on
minutes.
initial contact. You have information.
Frequency 128.1. Squawk 3602.
19.0 is Canyon Tower. The ILS is 108.9 for reference. 1030. And let me turn up my sounds a little bit.
Empire
Or a lot.
6972 Joshua approach. Good afternoon. United 1399, expect the visual approach runway 21 unless you want something else. And flight heading 360.
I'm going to request runway or visual runway 3 and heading 360 United 1399.
United 1399, roger. In that case, do you have the airport at night, 12 o'clock, 18 miles?
I do. Field in sight, United 1399.
United 1399, radar service is terminated. Cleared visual approach, runway 3. Contact Canyon Tower.
Over to Canyon Tower, United 1399. Thanks. Alright, so this is 82.
57 Golf, read back correct. The initial heading was 210, 210.
Happily. So.
For 24 Whiskey taxi via Alpha, this frequency.
That.
Alpha, stay with you. Citation 2 for Whiskey. Sorry if I stepped on somebody.
Radial in.
San Bernardino ground, Skyhawk 25 Papa Delta, Forest Service ramp, performing Cat 7 rating, ready to taxi with Juliet for north departure.
For 252 Papa Delta, San Bernardino ground, runway 6, taxi via Alpha.
Taxi via Alpha to runway 6, 252 Papa Delta.
ILS, turn that on. Max landing weight 65 tons. We got 63.7. Turn on our lights, seat belts. Canyon Tower, United 1399, visual runway 3.
7443 Tango, roger. United 1399 Canyon Tower, runway 3, clear to land, 1 variable at 6, gust 21.
Runway 3, clear to land, United 1399. Arm approach and 060. Say 15.
San Louis Tower, this is Cessna.
Temperature 7, 3018.
1343 Foxtrot,
Activate
about
approach.
10 miles southeast to land. With information, Juliet.
For 1343 Foxtrot, San Luis Tower, make straight in, runway 29, report 2 mile final.
Making straight in, 29 approach, 2 mile final, and this is for a Cat 2 rating, please.
Roger.
Flaps 1.
For 252 Papa Delta, go ahead with your request.
252 Papa Delta?
Disregard, sorry. Thought there was a different call sign.
Flaps 2. Gear down.
Bernardino ground, hello, November 146 Mike, Whiskey, parking at Fort
Flaps
Tower,
3.
with information, Juliet, departure to the west, for the Hudson.
146 Mike Whiskey, San Bernardino ground,
Flaps
runway
full.
6, taxi via Alpha.
Runway 6, taxiway Alpha, November 146, Mike Whiskey.
The landing runway is 9,000 feet, so auto brake normal. Cabin check. Yeah, there's definitely some wind shear. Alright, so we're going to go with
Papa, about 6 miles to the northeast, 4,000 descending about requesting
flaps 3.
907, head off Papa, Torrance Tower, any base, runway 29 left, clear to land.
That's right, base, runway 29 left, clear to land, 700 Alpha.
Config 3. With wind shear, you want flaps 3, and we're going to do max brake, or it's medium brake actually.
1,000.
575, Tango Victor, stand above ground, runway 25, taxi via Juliet.
Winds are crazy.
Approaching.
It's going to be
0.
an interesting takeoff with the TBM. I'm not worrying about a butter landing. I just want to get the wheels on the ground.
Ready for taxi with Lima.
Alright, autopod off.
300.
Wind shear is when the plane just stops flying.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
8557 Golf, join ground. You
Come
missed that, I missed. Take your parking.
Reverse. Reverse. That was probably one of the most challenging landings I've ever had in this plane. Crazy crosswind. To watch a replay of that.
Runway 20 left, taxi via Alpha Hotel, Charlie Kilo, 8557 Golf.
Alright, brake fan on. Brakes are hot, yeah, you don't say. What do we got here? Delay takeoff, yeah, okay. Canyon Tower, United 1399, looking for the terminal.
At 1399, taxi to parking via Papa.
Parking via Papa, United 1399. Goes a Ferrari.
San Bernardino Tower, November 146, Mike Whiskey, ready for departure.
146, Mike Whiskey, San Bernardino Tower, left turn on course approved, runway 6, clear for takeoff.
Turn on course approved, runway 6, set for takeoff, November 146, Mike Whiskey.
That's going to be fun to watch on the replay. Let me see what I missed here. Again says headers have been a PETA since PC were first made. Oh, a pain, yeah. Can't believe none has 4C standard on those. There should be, I agree with that. And that's what I noticed in all my research, that not all motherboards are the same. You would think they would be a standard. It would make it much easier. Where are we going next? We're going to go to Grand Canyon West. So the same guy that made this airport built the other one too. These are all free airports that I'm flying in today, and I'll give you guys the link to show you, so you guys can pick it up for yourselves. Pretty impressed with it. Only thing I did, I haven't really looked around the airport. I loaded both airports to make sure I didn't have any errors, and they both loaded okay, but I haven't really looked at them. I think the terminal is up here. According to the chart it is. But yeah, we're gonna swap out to the TBM, which is probably gonna be a very interesting takeoff with that wind.
575 Tango Victor, Santa Barbara Tower, runway 25, cleared for takeoff, 1210 at 6.
5 cleared for takeoff, 5 Tango Victor. Louis Tower,
It's very nice.
1343
I like this.
Foxtrot, 2 mile final, runway 29.
1343 Foxtrot, runway 29 are clear to land.
Runway 29 are clear to land, 1343 Foxtrot.
APU is on. Shut down engines.
San Bernardino Tower, 252 Papa Delta is ready at runway 6 for departure. Requesting early handoff to SoCal approach if possible.
252 Papa Delta, San Bernardino Tower, left turn on course approved, runway 6, cleared for takeoff.
Left turn approved, runway 6. Clear for takeoff, 252 Papa Delta. Let's run wind check.
Wind 270 at 10.
Before I forget, let's disconnect from PilotEdge. Shut down the APU. Should try to fly to Laris Airport. It's where I live. Where would you take off from? Because my airliner flights are typically 200, 250 miles between airports, because I do my flights for basically time in the air more than, you know, where I'm going. So I know with like an airliner, 230 miles gives me about 40 minute flight or so. And then like my King Airs, I do like 120, 130 miles. And then like a Cessna 172 would be like 40 miles. So I do it for time in air more over than destination. I mean, destinations do matter, but let's look around. This airport's pretty cool. All right, let me complete that flight. It's gonna be a crazy landing. Whenever you see the little weather vane on the aviation maps, if it's red, then it's wind shear. That's why I went to flaps 3 config. I landed it okay. Let's see what it looks like from a passenger point of view. You taking the TBM into the canyon? Not into the canyon because there's restrictions. So I'm going to fly over the canyon, but you know, there's like, I'd have to do a lot more research to fly on PilotEdge into the canyon areas. So I'm just going to fly over the canyon in the TBM. From Lisbon to where I live is 2 hours, and it's the closest one. Oh, okay. Good job. Thanks, Swiss cheese. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was I was happy with that landing, even with the wind shear. Now the fun part's going to be trying to take off in a TBM. I have to count to 5 before I unpause. Let things catch up. Traffic global. Leave that on. All right, so we're going to switch to the TBM. No. Where's, I guess the GA ramp doesn't really much matter, does it? We'll go over there and where's my TBM? There we go. Pilot Elite says, what about Belfast City, where I'm from, to Faro? It's a lovely flight. Yeah, I don't mind doing these. Like, main thing with sim, like, I don't want to promise you guys I'm going to fly to those places until I know there's a VATSIM event taking place to where I have ATC. So I'll do it, but I prefer ATC. So I know VATSIM, like I'm starting a new series on Fridays. When I see a VATSIM event taking place overseas, I'm going to take part in that. So like this Friday, I'm going to fly from, you'll see in my channel description below that I'm doing the World Tour event, and they're having a fly-in, a VATSIM fly-in out of Geneva. So I'm going to go from Geneva to Paris, and the reason I selected that VATSIM event is because it's during the afternoon time that I typically stream anyway. So that's primarily my interest. When I do fly outside the PilotEdge or the United States, will be on Friday afternoons, and it'd be something I plan ahead. So I'll certainly, matter of fact, I'm going to write this. I'll write down these airports and see if VATSIM will be doing any training on those, or not training, but you know what I mean. All right, let me download the weather and connect. We are November. Connect.
Connected to PilotEdge.
VATSIM looks great at the moment. Big improvements with cheese. Oh yeah, buddy. I'm really enjoying flying on VATSIM lately because of that. They just have come a long way. It's actually enjoyable now. All right, we're gonna do VFR. Let me put in my VFR flight into Project Fly. So we have the overlay. So we are at GCN. We're going to 1G4, I think it's called. Yeah, Grand Canyon West. November 1399. Flying VFR. TBM. All right. take off all these. Do standard 140 gallons of fuel. We'll do random 3/4. We'll leave the chocks on for right now. That's good. And we'll hop in the plane, shut the door. Whoa, didn't realize that was still attached. Gotta go. Take it easy, everyone. Thanks for the stream. Oh yeah, bud. Thanks for the chat. See you next time. I'll upload this video to my YouTube, so at your leisure you'll be able to see the trip to the Grand Canyon, the other side of the Grand Canyon. All right. Going to get my checklist for the TBM. All switches are down except I like about 62. All those are down. That's down. That's set. Set the parking brake. Nav light on. Current nav data. So we're good there.
Aural warning, okay.
TAWS system test, okay.
I think I've got an issue. Let's close that. Okay, now we're good. All right. So turn on the pulse light for engine start. So people in front know you're going to start your engines. Do aux BP to on. All right, engine start. Anything over 950 will abort. 900 for 5 seconds is fine. We want 25 NG within 30 seconds, 54 within 60. And we're going to use a timer. So starter. 15 NG will introduce fuel. Oh man. It would probably help to have the right settings. All right, let's try this again. ITT is less than 150. There we go, low idle. Messed up the timer, but that's fine. We'll just wing it. ITT is going to fall a little bit. And we're going to get a spike at about 44 NG in the ITT, and the generator will come online. All right. Generator is on. So close the inert separator. And we'll turn on the stupid mouse. The main gen. We have amps. Auto, auto, auto. Flight idle. Good start. Blades on, pressure is on, air conditioning on, or environment rather. Check the standby gen. Back to normal. And turn off the pulse light so we stop blinding those people. Fuel 140. Oxygen on. Revisionary screen check. Put the next rad there, not that there's going to be any weather. Do VFR, so flight plan, menu, delete, and we're going to 1G4, Grand Canyon West. Okay. Let's get our ATIS 124.3.
Temperature 8, dew point -6, altimeter 3018. Arriving and departing runway 21. Visual approaches in use. Read backhaul runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Alpha. Grand Canyon National Park Airport. ATIS information Alpha. 2054 Zulu. Wind 290 at 8, gust 19er. Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 8. Dew point -6. Altimeter 3018. Arriving and departing runway 21. Visual approaches in use. Read backhaul runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Alpha.
Alright. Ground's 0.9er, so 121.9er. They don't have clearance here. That would be silly.
179 Romeo Bravo, Santa Barbara clearance.
Towers 19.0.
Maintain VFR at or below 1,500 until advised.
We're facing 030, 030. Elevation is 6609, 6600, then 75.
Maintain VFR at or below 1,500, departure 120.55. Squawk 7235, November 179 Romeo Bravo.
Number 179 Romeo Bravo, read back correct.
22.9, let's just see tab.
6 Mike Whiskey, taxi to parking via Alpha, pass for the rating.
Thank you, taxi to parking right now, November 146 Mike Whiskey.
Alright, autopilot will set for I don't know which way am I going. We're at 6,000. We're heading west. So we'll plan on going west to be even. Say 16. 16.5.
Empire 6972, contact LA Center 134.65.
Heading vertical speed. (2,000 feet per minute), 16.5. Alright, autopilot set. Decision altitude, don't have to worry about that. Altitude at 1G4 is 4816. I'll check that with the chart. So the chart says 4816, so that is correct. That's for auto pressurization in the cabin. Uses the flight plan. Flaps for takeoff, very little flaps with this wind shear. We're going to set the trim, it's already set. Transponder will squawk VFR and altitude. CAS messages are normal. Engine temperature is fine. GCN. It's Alpha, that's right. So we'll do taxi light.
Great, 557 Golf, you're 4 miles from Snake, flighting 170, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS, runway 20 right approach.
And now the winds are 300 at 10. So
557 Golf, flying 170, maintain 3000 until established on the localizer.
We're going to use runway 21.
Right approach.
I think 21's ahead of us.
Santa Barbara ground, November 179 Romeo Bravo at South Transit parking, request taxi.
Number 179er Romeo Bravo, Santa Barbara ground, runway 25, taxi via Bravo Alpha Golf.
25 via Bravo Alpha Golf, November 179 Romeo Bravo.
Canyon ground, TBM 1399er, VFR request.
TBM 1399er Canyon ground, go ahead.
Request flight following to Grand Canyon West 1 Golf 4. Intended cruise of 16,500.
For 1399er, departure frequency 124.85, squawk 7056.
Departure 124.85, squawk 7056, 1399, current with Alpha, rated taxi.
For 1399er, roger, reback, correct. Runway... would you prefer runway 3 or would you prefer runway 21?
Yeah, this wind keeps changing on us. Now be 21, 1399.
For 1399er, roger, on a 21, taxi via Papa Bravo.
21 via Papa Bravo, 1399.
For 757 Tango Victor, contact, correction, it's 575 Tango Victor, contact Santa Maria Tower 118.3.
056.
Great, 557 Golf, looks like you went through the localizer, flight heading 230 to rejoin.
Marine Tower, Tango 575, Tango Victor, localizer, back course Alpha, planning on the missed approach.
Very far, sorry, number 575, Tango Victor, Santa Maria Tower, make straight in,
When I
runway
mute my
30,
microphone,
clear,
tell my
approach,
dog
report going missed.
stop talking. Till my dog stops barking.
Going missed, 5 Tango Victor.
And my wife's home from work, that's why the dogs are going crazy. Alright, towers 19-0, departure 124.85, should be LA Center. We're squawking 70-56, we'll turn the strobes and pulse on.
Contact John Wayne Tower, 126.8.
Otherwise, everything is good there. We need PIDO stall warning on.
That's just 26.80.
No cast messages other than the inert separator. Going to rotate about 85, 90 knots. And we'll be set. Where am I at? Canyon Tower, TBM 1399, hold short 21.
For 1399, Canyon Tower, runway 21, cleared for takeoff.
21, clear for takeoff, 1399. Alright, so it's 300 for the wind, so I'll know which way the wind's coming. And wind, there's no windsock here, I guess.
Bravo radar service is terminated. Squawk maintain VFR frequency
Right,
change approved.
right, whipping crosswind, so we're gonna right aileron, left rudder on the takeoff.
Empire 6972, cross Haida and maintain 15,000.
Here, 1900 on the RPM, break off, increase torque.
575 Tango Victor, thanks. Contact Santa Barbara departure 120.55.
2055, I Tango Victor.
Gear coming up.
575 Tango Victor, Santa Barbara departure. Climb and maintain 4,000. Hold is published.
Man, this wind shear is crazy.
2145 Zulu. Everyone's ready to leave the hole.
John Wayne Tower, Cessna 8557, go.
Aircraft calling, say again.
John Wayne Tower, sorry, 8557 Golf.
We're 8557 Golf, John Wayne Tower.
Let's see, at 2,600, contacting 8557 Golf.
Alright, gear is
when you check in with the tower,
up.
you just need to say what approach
Flaps
you're on, and
are
if you're feeling
up.
friendly, maybe how far out on the approach you are. Runway 20 right, you're clear to land.
Runway 20 right, clear to land. Thank you for the feedback, 8557 Golf.
For 1399er, contact LA Center.
over to LA Center 1399. All right, so
Monty Tower,
2485. Yellow damper is on.
For 252 Papa Delta, El Monte Tower, enter left base, runway 19er, report turning final.
Los Angeles Center, TBM 1399er, VFR passing through 9,700. Don't have to say where I'm at because he already knows. So, identing.
1399er radar contact. About 3 miles southwest of the Grand Canyon Airport.
All right, so we're gonna open up our inert separator. It takes about 45 seconds. So 45 seconds or 30 seconds, we need to watch our torque because it will climb real fast.
Pigeon 2 departure, scenery transition, then as filed. On via SID, accept maintain 7,000, departure frequency 128.1, squawk 4403.
There we go, it's starting to climb.
American 1141, read back correct.
Once you hit 45 seconds, then it'll be pretty much stable. All right, now I can turn off that timer. And we'll just watch the torque as we climb up. And over to our right, we got the Grand Canyon over there.
For 7443 Tango, Camarillo ground, departure frequency 124.7, squawk 6444.
All right, that was an interesting takeoff. And Fresh Mango, how you doing, my friend?
7443 Tango, read back.
I wonder if there is a guy called Clearance and Delivery who is doing clearance delivery at one of the 45,000 airports. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder the same thing.
Santa Barbara Tower, runway 25, cleared for takeoff.
All right. So I got the HD version of the Canyon.
November 7443 Tango, Camarillo ground, runway 26, taxi via Foxtrot Alpha.
I can turn off that light, turn off the pulse light. I forgot to start the overlay. That's fine.
For 7443 Tango,
I don't usually do 2 flights in a row.
Foxtrot, and then a right turn onto Alpha.
All right, we're coming up to 16,500, which is our cruise. And AWOS is 1942. So we should be able to get some weather when we get a little closer. You can add in some torque. About 91, because it's actually, let me back that up a little bit. As you gain speed, the torque will climb a tiny bit. So once you get to your cruise altitude, set it for 90, 91-ish.
557 Golf negative. You can
And then
stay with
it should be
me
stable to where you don't
Juliet,
over torque it.
Runway 20 left. Taxi to parking
I have
via
2
Charlie
different
Hotel
orthos.
for this
This is normal and this is HD.
For 57 Charlie, You switched it around. It's going to be hotel, or sorry, it's going to be Charlie Hotel Alpha to back to parking. And there's a pass for the I-1. For 179 Romeo Bravo. Verify the squawk code. It should be 2735 and contact departure.
Guess we could open up the tables. It's always nice to see flight simulation with PilotEdge. Yeah, I do PilotEdge every day around this time. Well, actually a little earlier. I usually start at 2 Eastern. I fly every day on PilotEdge, and then I fly in the evening on VATSIM when I can find ATC online, which here recently has been pretty steady. So it's been nice. I might fly this evening if I think Miami VATSIM controllers do their training on Monday nights, Miami Mondays or something like that. So I had downloaded Orbix Key West, so I might fly to Key West this evening. Maybe. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Usually I fly over this so fast in the airliner.
Clear to land. For 179 Romeo Bravo, Santa Barbara departure, your radar contact, resume on navigation and appropriate VFR altitudes.
We got coffee cups. Yeah, be careful though, because you can hit this landing gear thing, or the cover for the emergency landing gear, instead of getting the coffee cups out. Nice little add-on there from Toto. I think he's making a CL50 right now. I'll tap in that. I only have one business jet, and I pretty much fly that one in VR. It's the Eclipse 550.
We're going 1141, draw my ground, push on to Alpha.
Do you fly on PilotEdge? Excuse me, Fresh Mango. Do you fly on PilotEdge or VATSIM both?
For 252 Papa Delta, taxi to parking via Alpha.
Had to turn down the volume because it was still on the Airbus volume, because I have the BSS sounds on the Airbus. And yeah, with the way that plugin works, you have to have all your X-Plane sound settings at full max, except for the radio.
Are you parking cargo or are you going to the west side, GA? Empire 6972, roger, expect the visual approach, runway 19 right.
Let's see if we see any traffic on here. We can bring up traffic, and it's operating at 6 miles. So this is the part of the Grand Canyon that should look pretty cool going over. So we'll just do a direct to
Papa, I believe it's the call sign. Go ahead.
Do flight plan. Nope. Direct to the airport. And the airport elevation, again, it's right here. 48, so we'll say 5, so we'll say
6.2, squawk 6471.
6,000. So we get a decent. So we time to top of descent.
For 536,
2 minutes.
Papa, reback correct.
Yeah, I don't think there's any approaches. Yeah, I don't think so.
Vertical track.
102 Echo Foxtrot, Palomar ground, runway 24, taxi via Alpha.
And we'll do VNAV. Is that not lighting up? What's it doing? That's weird.
American 1141 ground, runway 20 right, taxi via Alpha, Lima, hold short of runway 20 left.
Alright, guess we'll do manual then. We'll take out the torque so we don't over torque. Actually, I'm just going to go down to 14. Oh, that's why the VNAV didn't work. Just go 14.5. That way I can have the view until we fly over the airport, and then we'll figure out which runway to use. First Mango said, I'm not flying at all, but I do plan to get into it once I have a better computer. Yeah, that's for sure. It's definitely need decent computer for these sims these days. Also, life's a bit busy at the moment. Yeah, this, no doubt. But you should always find time to do something that is enjoyable. All work, no play is not a good combination. But Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, if you don't have a sim yet, then that's one you should keep an eye on. It's going to be just freaking awesome when they're done with it.
7443 Tango, contact departure. American 1141 runway tower at Lima, cross runway 20 left, runway 20 right, cleared for takeoff.
Do you have HDR on, Chase? Not right now. Oh, I thought you meant like my VR headset.
Tango, Point Bugu departure, radar contact, resume on navigation.
Where would that be? That would be normal settings. Yes, I do have it on. You're quite hyped for FS 2020? Yeah, all of us are, sir. All of us are. It's going to be awesome. I'll still do X-Plane for a long time just because, you know, I have so much invested in it, but I'm not buying as much as I had when I first got into it because, you know, I just don't know how much. I'm hoping it won't be a subscription, but there's no promises. And if it is a subscription base for MS FS 2020, hopefully it won't be too expensive. I already pay Navigraph and I pay PilotEdge. That would make three subscriptions if that were the case. This is cool.
American 1141, contact SoCal departure. For 102 Echo Foxtrot, Palomar Tower right, turn on course approved, runway 24, cleared for takeoff.
Alright, so AWAS, which is 1942. I'm not picking any AWAS up. Maybe I need to get closer.
We're going 1141, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb via SID.
Alright, runway runway 17 is right traffic and 35 is normal left traffic. 17 is right traffic.
We're 1399, advise Grand Canyon West Airport in sight.
I have the field 1399. Not really, but that's fine.
We're 1399, roger, radar service terminated, squawk and maintain VFR, frequency change approved.
Squawk and maintain VFR, frequency change approved, 1399. Thanks, see you next time. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna squawk VFR. And we're gonna go to CTAF, which is 122.9er. 122.9. That way we can talk to anyone that's on the ground. And hey, thanks for the follow there, my friend. Much appreciated. Trijadun. I cannot pronounce any of y'all's names. I'm just gonna fly over the airport. I think that's it. Yeah, it's right there. We'll fly over it. And then we'll come back for a second pass and see if we can see a windsock. I think, Mango says, I think it's 100% confirmed that it will be on Xbox Game Pass, which is about $10 a month. So I expect it won't be more, question mark, but they did say whether you can also buy it. Huh. Well, that's not bad. $10? I mean, it's bad that you have to pay a subscription to fly a flight sim, but if it's worth it. It's the cabin temp in here. 20 Celsius. So that's like 68, maybe 70 degrees. As soon as I fly over this airport, I'm going to look at my weather injector and see what it says about my current location. I'll help too with the winds. So range. Water masking is pretty cool. Alright, so it shows where the winds where we are flying over at least 340 at 20 knots. Oh my god. So I guess we'll plan on 3.5. Yeah, we'll plan on 3.5. Mango, but it's also not clear how they will bundle everything. So maybe there will be a base game and then additional DLCs, for example, planes and more detailed landscape. Yeah, what I've been reading is that there's definitely going to be room for improvement on the airports. So, the area surrounding the airports will be, high level ortho type scenery, but the airports will be needing some improvements by airport developers. So, that's good for the developers. Still get some quality payware aircraft. Well, that too, but payware quality airports to deal with. Let me go through this descent. All right, the altimeter locally is 3018, so that's the same. And we'll turn on the inert separator. Fuel should be even. Yep, it's 5653. Okay. Track IR. Autopilot off. I guess we'll enter for 45. What's the elevation at this airport again? It's 5,000, so 6,000 would be pattern. And the 3.5 is left traffic. So I'll do CDI for runway heading for 3.5 is, I don't know, I'll just do 350. Helps with looking for the runway to know which way is pointing. At least it helps me. There it is. Do gear down.
Landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear, landing gear.
Flaps to takeoff.
Landing gear.
I'm still descending, so. I'll check in with the airport here in a second once I turn 45 inbound. All right, so we can do those, turn on the strobes and pulse and all that. 6,000, that's right. Canyon West traffic, TBM 139, be entering 45 left downwind, runway 35, Canyon West traffic. Winds are 340. Pretty much right down the runway. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Canyon West traffic, TBM 139, turning left base, runway 35, Canyon West traffic. All right, this is really cool. It's really messing with my brain though, 'cause I can't tell the ground. About overshot. Canyon West traffic, TBM 139, turning final, 35, full stop, Canyon West traffic. Alright. I am like super high.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Yeah, yep, I know there's terrain.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. 500.
There's a
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
I'm not gonna worry about that.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
This crosswind is crazy.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. 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 Airspeed.
Ugh.
Pull up.
That was tricky. There's like updrafts and stuff. Like that was really weird. All the winds, I guess, in the canyon or something. I don't know. That was crazy. But all right, flaps out. Okay. What did I miss? YNW, thank you, sir, for the follow. Much appreciated. Wow, that was hard. Yeah, it was. See, I don't have my Project Fly going, so I don't even know what my landing rate was on that. But the wind shear was crazy. But I'll do a replay. See how it looked on that at least. There's a guy in the middle of the sweeping. Can't go that way either. They got like, oh, here we go. Here's the ramp. Probably took him out with my wing. All right, I need to set the brake. And we need to sit here at flight idle for 2 minutes. So we'll start that timer. Yep, that's just a brake. This is nice. What a cool little airport. I'll give you guys the link to this. All right, what I miss here? So Game Pass, I read that. And Gunnigan says we can't wait. $10 a month is a good deal. Yeah, Mango, but it also not clear how they will bundle everything. So maybe there'll be a base game, and then I already read that too. I was thinking about third-party developers, but your point is very true. Okay, I see that. And Trilogiton, I'm trying to get into flight sims. Got any advice where to start? I'll tell you one thing. Flight simming is an investment. It's very addicting, and anyone in this channel can probably agree with that, like Ginnigan's. And the other guys have dumped a lot of money into this. My advice would be to, if you haven't gotten, the flight sim stuff yet, wait till Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is released, at least into a beta, because it's going to be superior to pretty much anything that's out there for a brand new sim. it takes a lot to get X-Plane to look like this. I mean, nothing here is stock. The plane, the airport, the scenery, none of this is stock. It's all free. This is all freeware, but it's a bunch of downloading and a bunch of stuff you got to do to make it look like this. So my advice would be to wait till Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is released. If you can't wait, then X-Plane, in my opinion, is probably the best flight sim out there when it comes to the physics of the airplanes and how they fly. And there's just an obscene amount of add-ons that you can get with X-Plane. So I'll be running both. So if you can't wait, I would get X-Plane. If you can wait, then just kind of read up on the news for Microsoft Flight Simulator and look at system requirements and what your computer can handle, because flight simulators right now are very single core processor heavy. So you want a very good processor with at least a 1080 GTX card or better. All right, so we're at 3 minutes. Turn off the taxi light. Turn off the air conditioning, pressure, bleed. Inert separator, low idle. And we'll do 15 seconds on low idle, so that's good. Aux BP off. Oxygen off. Turn off those lights. Crash bar down. Nav off. Everything is down with the exception of the ignition should be auto. Everything else is down. That's off. Parking brakes on. All right, let's see what the replay looks like. Let me make sure I'm offline.
Disconnected.
Disconnect from that. Thanks, I'm really waiting for FS20. Yeah, that's a good game plan. That would be my advice. Just hang tight for a few months, because in a few months they'll release it for like beta. You know, it won't be perfect, it'll be buggy, but it'd still be pretty well worth it. Okay. I know my landing was horrendous. But it was some crazy like wind shear and stuff. Yeah, the wind is whipping like a crosswind. They call it crabbing when you come in sideways like that. It's crabbing. And I wasn't using full flaps because of the gusty winds. You don't want full flaps unless you're low wind. Oh, I didn't realize that was the ground. Let me back that up a little bit. Whoops. So the ground is right there. Okay. A little bit of a bounce. Wasn't horrible. still landing better than me and had wind shear, which makes it harder. Yeah. It was a crosswind and it was gusty to like 25. So that definitely makes it a little sporty. That's why I almost went off the runway. Had to throw in right rudder after touchdown. I made a mistake. I should have been away more left aileron. I forgot that. So landing with a left crosswind, you want left aileron and right rudder. I did the right rudder, but not the aileron. I probably would have made a little bit of a better touchdown, but my real world flight instructor says there's two types of landings. You've got a good landing, which is or let me say, a great landing is a landing you can walk away from, and a good landing is any landing you can reuse the airplane. Okay. See if we broke anything. Oil needs to be cleaned, so we'll change that. $650. Landing gear is good. Brakes are good. Electronics are all good. Avionics are good. Lights are good. Airframe's good. All right. So oil changed, $650. And with this model, you have to remember to put on all of your pitot covers and your static. If you don't, the plane will simulate getting like bird nests and stuff. And so you'll have like issues to deal with maintenance. So always make sure with this model, you probably know this already, Ginnigans, but you want to make sure you have all your covers on, pitot, everything. I keep forgetting. I need to give you guys the link to this airport. Let me grab that before I forget again. All right. So both the airports, Grand Canyon and Grand Canyon West, are both under this download. Copy, paste. All right, there you go. Okay, yeah, I've been bad with the covers already. Yeah, again, I put those on my checklist to put the covers back on just because I did forget a couple times, and it does simulate issues with that, which is kind of neat. Yeah, the wind is kicking it pretty good. So these windsocks are 20 knot winds, 5 mile an hour indicators. So the first red dot is 5, 10, 15, 20, or maybe the first white one. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5. Maybe the first one, the first white be 5, and then 10 knot, 15 knot, 20 knots. So if the windsock is straight out, then you know you're at least 20 knots. So right now it's probably like sustained 15. That's how you read the windsocks. Anyway, I think my laptop battery just died on me. All right, guys. Thanks for the chat. If I missed replying to someone's question, sorry about that. I do my best. Thanks for the follow there, Mango. Much appreciated. And I'll be back, same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow. And you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll catch y'all later. Thanks for watching. Chase out.
Southwest 1034, roger. Southwest 1034, your speeds are matching, you're plenty of space. Go ahead and turn towards Cruddy and join final to follow traffic.
We'll do that, Southwest 1034.
Southwest 1627, Las Vegas approach, the center maintains 7,000, airport 11 o'clock, 2 miles.
Stop 7,000, airport site, Southwest 1627.
Southwest 1627, cleared visual approach runway 265.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Southwest 1627, sorry, cleared visual approach
111,
runway
if you'd like to go to
there's a
Visual 1 left, Southwest 1627.
Counter Fort Romeo, Sunday Tower 118.75.
If you'd like to make the turn to lower.
Tower 1875, Fort Charlie Romeo.
Okay, we'll do that. Thank you. Push up 111.
Tower John, report, Fort Charlie. Romeo would be on the ILS, runway 1 left. Runway 1 left, clear land, Fort Charlie Romeo.
Charger Fort Charlie Romeo, Sunday Tower 118.75.